I wanted to do a quick demonstration on why GPS tracking is so important, especially for buy here, pay here, and subprime auto dealers. I'll show you some good examples. Now, 90% of what we handle is for auto financing, buy here, pay here, so we know the market very well. Where most dealers lose most of their money, if not all their money, is not the repossessions. Those are easy. You can take an average guy, uh, you know, track him to his house, track him to his work. You'll know exactly where they're at. That's not a big deal. But this is a typical auto financing dealership. They're located in Arizona. They've got cars in Washington, Boston, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, and Mexico. Think about it. If this was your portfolio, you've got money that's out of state and out of the country. Now, in this particular example, we've got a car that's out of the country, but we're able to go in and see exactly where they're at. Not just the street, but the house. We can tell that it's out front of the house. And this is in Mexico. Now, in this particular case, this is a delinquent customer. He's not picking up his phone calls. He's certainly not picking up his emails or answering his emails. And, it's an international call. So this is essentially this is a repossession, but it's a lot of other things. But they know exactly where it is, so at least now they're able to get this resolved. Here's another example. Here's one that's out of the state. This is in Washington. And we're able to see a satellite view and even a bird's eye view, and can do a 360 view of its current location. In this case, it's driving right now at 80 miles an hour, and we know the city and the state, and again, the exact location. And this is just kind of the final example. Dealership had a great paying customer, never missed a payment, always paid early. Their car got stolen and they didn't have insurance, even though they were supposed to. They had limited, which basically means that they're only covered if they get into an accident, not the price of the vehicle. There's no gap insurance on this. So because it still had a GPS tracker on it, they were able to track it. Shows where it is right now. We can also see an aerial view and see it's in that backyard of this house. Plus we can go to a bird's eye view and do a 360. So we know exactly where this car is at. In fact, it's in the driveway of the car. So not exactly the place you're going to be looking for this, but we know exactly where it is. So the police can recover the vehicle, and obviously the customer can get the car back, but at least you're not out of a car, and especially from a great paying customer who screwed up and made a mistake, but realistically they're probably not going to continue to pay on a stolen vehicle. That's going to be on the dealership. Now in our system, we've got alerts that will go off in case anything out of the ordinary particular goes off. For example, we can set battery alerts. That means that it's got a low battery. We can set up a power on alert, which means that the device is turning off and on, which could be like a loose connection. Then a battery disconnect, and that means it's running off its own power. That is your 911. That means something has gone wrong and you've got to get on this immediately. What's great about this is that these alerts can be emailed to you. So your email at whatever, and then it can also be text to you. So you'll get alerted as a preventative measure that something has gone wrong with one of your accounts or one of your devices, so you can get on it immediately. We also have payment reminders that will email your customer or text your customer the payment reminder of when their payments are due. So you can do this monthly, weekly, bi-monthly, and how many days before the payment, after the payment, where it gets alerted to, and we even have buzzers that'll set it off. What I love about our system the most is the reports. It's going to show you the last locations everybody was at, but most importantly, any alerts that have gone off. For example, this one is a power on with GPS. That means you have to look into it. This device is turning off and on. And this is an example of the most important one, the battery alert. That means it is running off its own power. That is something you've got to get on immediately. Maybe it was taken to a mechanic shop, maybe it's impounded, maybe the vehicle just lost power, but at least at this point you can track it, see where it's at, and be aware that something is out of the ordinary here. You got to think about it. If somebody were to take this to a mechanic shop and they get work done on it and they don't pick up this car, The mechanic can put a mechanic lien on this vehicle and be charging you $20, $30, $40, $50 a day in storage plus the fees of the repairs. You can't clear that title until you pay that off. So it's very important to check these alerts. Okay, those are just some quick examples of why these are so important. There's really no reason for dealerships to ever lose cars. The technology is there. They're very inexpensive. This is your insurance policy. We charge $119, and that includes 2 years of service. Starter Disable comes with it, and they've got a backup battery. You can give us a call, 1-800-578-1809.